All right, Kenman here, and today we return to the mighty jungles of Amazonia to seek more treasures of the elusive white bubble wrap bag. Yeah, well, it happened. Been looking at this particular knife for a while and was considering picking up a jade one for the scale die project, but mostly the jade one was kind of only available in the smaller version. This particular one comes in two versions, smaller and bigger, obviously. And the bigger one is kind of probably more the one that I'm going to want. If you've watched some of my videos, I've talked in the past. I do like to collect different knives, but when they're really small, I don't feel as comfortable with them in my hand. So if there's a bigger version, generally that's going to be more up my alley. And yeah, it went on sale. Here we are. Voila. Before we start, I am not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price and do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. All right, are we ready? No knife required. Put it in the bag. Pow. And another CJRB. This is the standard kind of box. I just did another unboxing. It's still over here. Look at this. All right, this came in this huge box, and it wasn't even that big of a knife. We'll look at it in a second. But yeah, this is their standard CJRB box that I'm kind of used to. Guess this is the type that doesn't come with the bag. The last one I had came with a bag, so if you get the CJRB without the bag, it's in this box, I guess. And that's okay. I've got plenty of bags. I don't really use them all that much, but they are nice to get as well. Anyway, this is a CJRB. Anybody recognize the Maileah? Maileah. M-A-I-L-E-A-H. Maileah? I don't know. Maileah. Yeah, here it is. It's been around for a while. Like I said, I think they originally made the smaller version first, and then it had some popularity, and then they made the bigger one. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that is how it went. Either way, here we are. This is the CJRB Maileah in their large version. So everyone think of the design, shape. Not a real big knife, even though it's the large version, but it's a chunker. It's got a nice kind of beefy heft to it. So you've got that thumb stud for finger flick or thumb open action. Looks like there's this big front flipper right there. Ooh, that is a huge front flipper, and it's really high. I've talked about this before. This is where the pivot is. And if you notice that the flipper is way up there, so you've got the higher up that direction it's going to be, the easier it's going to be to swing it out. So that makes it for an actual very easy front flip action. Not bad. Let's move over to my left. I am a lefty. It is a liner lock, as you can see. Thumb action seems to work just fine. Oops. Sometimes with the smaller knives, my index finger gets in the way on that finger flick. And I can still do it. And the front flipper. Ooh, yeah, that front flipper is designed to work good. Yeah, initial impressions. This is a nice looking knife. So let's go through. It's a AR RPM 9 steel for the blade. We have G10 scales. It's got a nice little texture, little chamfered area right there. Pretty simple, large, flat kind of surface, but it does have that little area right there to kind of help reach in for that liner lock. Here's the pocket clip. It looks like we can put her on the other side so the lefties get some love, especially that front flip action I talk about when you're holding a front flipper. If you're holding it, generally hold it about like that. And so that clip actually kind of aids in your grip when you're opening it. So when I put that on the other side, it's going to help a little bit for that. But it seems like this one is a front flip design, meaning I feel like when they designed it, they really kind of thought about it being a front flipper. So it generally they've decided to make it go high enough so that it actuates. There, I failed one. So it actuates real easy. Works good. I don't know, so far the action, the feel of this is pretty nice. It's got a decent look. It's got a nice shape. For a smaller knife, I grab hold here, and if I really kind of lean back and space myself out, the pinky does kind of drop off the back there. You can see as I grab, it's not really quite on the handle. If I feel like I kind of tuck up, I can kind of get a hold of it a little better. It also has this little area you can choke up on this kind of front little forward choil area, which would then bring my ring finger and all my fingers up onto it. Really big jimps in there. Look at all those. Wow, they go way back. Oh, I guess that's because of the flipper. That feels nice. You know, feel like you can get a good draw or a good grab on this. You need to choke up on it. Not a bad feel, really, for a smaller knife. I said, you choke up on it. I feel like it can do some good work. It's got that kind of reverse Tonto sheep's foot. Let's get the blade police talking about it. So this is a Swags design. Got a little extra bannering on there. Still doesn't bother me too much. This is kind of a fancy, I like the way they did it with the green handle, the black on the blade, PVD coated or whatever. Then they have the gold accents. It's kind of a nice look. Don't really need to do much. It's got that fancy kind of, just the gold makes it pop a little bit. Just give it that little extra little pop, that little flare. Yeah, I like it. What else am I missing on here? That texture does feel nice. Shape is good. It's got a decent size, even though it's not huge. Yeah, let's, didn't do that. The centering blade is pretty much, it actually looks like it's off to the side. It's off to this side just a little bit. It's the first one I've seen in a while that isn't perfectly centered. That can be fixed, but it looks like it is off just a little bit to the side there. Not the worst, but I mean, these days I feel like the budget knives I've been looking at are still pretty awesome, so you should really be centered right out of the box. The blade is got nice, it's locked up nice. There's no play. It doesn't move in any direction, which is good. Other than that centering being off just a little bit, this thing's pretty great. So let's look at some other CJRBs. The Pyrite is the most popular thing by CJRB. They're doing a lot of cool things with the Pyrite. They got that Pyrite project going. Made a lot of different handle options, blade options, shapes, types. It's a cool thing. But what it did is it made this echo kind of disappear into the background. And if you want my honest opinion, I'm all about the echo. I got the echo on titanium. Reality is that they're very similar as a knife. Echo is a little bit bigger. It's got that front flipper. If you look at them side by side, Echo's a little bit longer, a little bit thicker in the blade. Other than that, they're very similar. They're both button locks. But it's crazy how they just really jumped on the Pyrite. Pyrite is awesome. Give you that. But I am definitely really bad at opening on camera. But I love the Echo. It's a cool knife. I need to switch it up, and we need to go this way. I've been getting CJRBs, so we're running out of space. Probably my favorite is the Riff. The Riff is just a beefy boy. A lot of CJRBs that I have are button locks. Button locks work great. They just actuate really good, and that Riff is just a great size for me personally. Probably like I said, one of my favorites of all my knives, actually. We've got the Feldspar. Feldspar is one that I did scale die. If you don't follow the channel, I do scale die videos. I have a playlist. You can check them out. But I take a knife, we take it apart, Then we dye the color of the scales to a different color and then put it back together. You get to watch the whole video process from start to finish. This used to be jade, and now it is a nice blue. So when I say jade, it used to be like this color. This is another one. This is my Sen Cut Crawley, but I just grabbed it quick so you can just kind of see that I take the jade colored scales or white colored scales like this, and you can dye them to different colors. Another one that I just did is the CJRB Gobi. Look at that accent. So this was also jade, and I turned it this cool purple with that cool accent. Man, that thing just turned out awesome. All right, getting close here. This is one of my most recent CJRBs. This is the Craig. Oops, I keep doing that. I don't hold the button down long enough. It's kind of like a recoil style, or this is the recoil lock, but it is like the Shark lock or the Super lock. It's a very ambidextrous lock. It works great. I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, I'm still kind of new to it, and it feels like you have to hold it down to get it to close completely because it has the open action. See how like it does that? And so if it's closing and you let go early, it's kind of stuck in that position there. And so you just have to make sure that you let it go all the way down. And it's just one of those things. Once you get used to it, it's actually gets better. Okay, move this over. I got one more. And if you've been watching, it was most recent video is this CJRB Lago, which is another button lock. This one is super cool. It's got a really nice action, really good feel. I feel like this one has they have a similar feel on the handle, except for this is kind of a stubbier version of this. If they made that Maileah in the bigger size, it would, again, why would they? They've got this. They make different things. I like to collect, so I'll try all different things. But as far as a normal daily type of a carry, these longer, bigger handles, I will carry this Riff every day of the week. Some people will think it's too large of a knife. I disagree. It's not got a lot of weight to it, but it just works really good. It looks really cool. Feels great in my hand. And so this is the type of everyday carry that I'm more into. And everybody's got their own personal thing. Some people want to have a smaller one or a small little 5th pocket size carry. That's completely fine. It's what suits you. That's why you want to look at different things, try different things, see what works the best for you, and then you can kind of base your collection or whatever it is you're doing around your taste and your style. Hence, these all kind of have a little bit of different look to them, and this is just my CJRBs, and I have other knives as well. It's fun, and people collect a lot of types of different things, and you get into what you get into. I've been collecting knives since I was a kid. I've always been pretty excited about them ever since going to the carnivals and getting just to really winning the super cheapo, playing the dart game or something like that. And I had this one that was just the biggest piece of junk. But those cheapo knives, those little gas station style, that's a starting point. That's somewhere to begin. A love of or a joy or a collector's origin story, or I don't know, whatever. I ramble on. Here we are talking about some knives, having a good time. CJRB has been a good company for me. I've been enjoying them. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but when I buy stuff and I mess around with it and I like it, I will continue to do business with that company. I will continue to look at more of the things they offer. Kubi is one of the companies I kind of got into more recently. I got one and then I liked it, so it made me get another and another, and you got like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm happy with all of them. I've been trying out Sen Cuts and just some different companies that I personally wasn't exposed to, and just enjoying my own personal growth and enjoyment of just discovering new things and looking around and seeing what's out there. And I'm just going to keep doing it. I hope you like the videos. If you have any suggestions or whatever, please comment below. Let me know. I appreciate any feedback of any kind. And yeah, so today we looked at this CJRB Maileah. Nice little smaller knife. It's got a nice snappy little front flipper. I think it's got a real sharp look with that green and the black with the gold accents. Just a cool little fun little knife. I'm going to get that pocket clip swapped to the other side, make it my own. This will be my new show side. Yeah, what does everyone think about the Maileah or the CJRB line in general? You guys like them? If you haven't tried them and you're interested, I definitely recommend. They make really good button locks. They make some really cool stuff. They've got that newer, the recoil lock that's kind of doing things similar to your super locks and your shark locks. So it's pretty cool. That'll be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp, and we will see you next time.